Today we're going to be changing the ball joints on this 2003 GMC Sierra. 2002 GMC Sierra. I don't know why I keep saying 2003, but it's a 2002. So we already got it lifted up off the ground on jack stands. Got the wheel off. Next thing we're going to do is take off the axle nut. You need a 36 millimeter socket to take the axle nut off. Next thing we're going to do is remove the brake caliper. You got two bolts. Takes a 22 millimeter socket to take these bolts out and remove the whole caliper. We're going to hang it up here with a zip tie. Go ahead, Neil. Get it. Hit it all hard, all the way. Let me grab a breaker bar. Seems a little loose on there. Maybe that's the problem. It's a 21 millimeter. Holy crap, they're freaking tight. Holy crap, what the hell?
Hello. Did my mom get a hold of you? So, I'm not. I know. So, yeah, I was just letting you know. Alright, love ya. Alright, see you, bye.
Hang that caliper up there with a zip tie so it's not straining your brake line. remove the brake rotor. Cut that zip tie. We'll get that. We got to get that sensor out of there. So we'll see this sensor goes right in here. So we'll need a Allen wrench. We'll grab that. So that takes a 5mm Allen wrench to loosen up the retaining bolt holding your ABS sensor. Might have to take this back and play it off. I don't know. Here, twisted it. There we go. There you go.
I'm just gonna put it there behind the shock.
Okay. Now we can remove this drag link for the steering. So, what size socket's that gonna take, Neil? You might have to unlock your steering again and straighten this out. All right, we're good, buddy.
Rio, do you do side jobs?
This is also a 21mm socket for the tie rod end. We'll grab a hammer. A lot of times if you just hit right on the end of the knuckle really hard, it will shock that enough to loosen that up, pop it out. If it won't, you have to resort to other measures. There's that dust cap. Okay. Don't feel too bad. We'll grease those up when we put them back. Put her back together. All right, I think the next step is we gotta remove that upper ball joint. So what we got there? 13mm.
And it's kryptonite.
We'll go on that one.
Oh, it's
That one won't. That one won't go on this. It's right up against the wall is the problem. It's too close to the to the wall of that arm. And you need a thin wall socket. So this truck has a FabTech 6-inch lift on it. I think it's a 6-inch lift anyway. So it's got the aftermarket upper control arm, upper A arm, and it's got the bolt-in ball joints. This nut's real close to the wall of this arm, and we can't get a socket on it, so might have to beat it on there. Let's see. If at first you don't succeed, get a bigger hammer. Where's that wrench at? Excuse me.
A little bit.
All right. Once you pop those out, this is going to want to drop down on you, like so. And what we want to do now is get this axle to pop out of the bearing here. And if you turn this the right way, I've been told that it'll come out. Let's try turning it this way. We've got to get this axle to slide up out of there. So, see what you can do. You want me to go grab a big pry bar?
Let me see.
Alright, maybe you have to turn this way. It looked like it was closer to coming out this direction. There we go. Maybe. Okay, turn it back. Oh, come on, maybe. We just need you out of the way. Let me go grab a pry bar. There we go. Okay, and we'll just let that baby ride
Okay.
right there for now. Next thing is we got to get this lower ball joint out. So you can see this upper ball joint is completely shot. It's flopping all over like a dead fish. And on the back side here you've got a nut, a slotted nut with a cotter pin in it. We got to get that cotter pin out, get that nut off, and press that ball joint out of there.
Let's see.
So we went ahead and took the cotter pin out of the bottom ball joint, and now we're working on the top one.
I think I might just need to cut it flush.
Well, try to pull it out. Don't cut it, because if you cut it, you'll never get it out.
On the back side?
Grab it right here, like that. Squeeze it now. Just start prying it out. There you go. Keep doing it the same way you were doing it to start with. Just keep grabbing it and pull. Yep. There you go. There she is. All right.
So is this an aftermarket part too? Or does that actually come with the truck?
I'm not
Or
sure.
like
I think it's the stock. I think it's still the stock spindle, but how's your wheel bearings feel? Not too bad. Too jabby. Okay, so we got to get this nut off that bottom one, and that's probably a 21 millimeter too. Is it? Where's that 21 at? Is it still on the? No, it's not on the impact.
This
Here it
is
is.
a 13.
No, this one's bigger than a 21. Where's that 22 at? Okay, so this bottom one's a 22 millimeter. Will that impact wrench fit in here, or are we gonna have to use a? No, hold on, don't. Let's see, what if we, yeah, turn it that way.
I got this.
Okay. Now, if I smack that, that's gonna want to drop. So, let me. I wonder if we can use that ball joint separator on that. All right, sorry I didn't catch that on video, but I just used the hammer technique again on the bottom of that spindle where the ball joint goes through. Gave it a little shock, and that whole thing dropped right off that lower ball joint. The next step is going to be to press that lower ball joint out of there. So now we're going to need that ball joint press, which is in one of those, and that there's an adapter set. And my son gave me some good advice. He told me to go rent every ball joint tool that Checker or AutoZone has when you do this, and he's not wrong. Go get everything you can get, and
So this device.
yeah, bring that over here. So we've got a ball joint press here. There is a ball joint separator tool for this. I was trying to use it, wasn't working real well. Actually, the old hammer method worked better. So, and you can see that one's pretty sloppy too. It's not as bad as the top one, but. So what you got to do is find the right cup, the right adapter that's gonna slide up over that. This bigger one. See, this is, so this, I don't know if you can see this on the camera, but there's actually a flange on this ball joint right here. We have to, our adapter has to go over that flange. To press it out. Hold that right there, Neil. See, and then this goes in the bottom of this cup like so. Okay. I'll grab a crescent wrench for that. All right there. So that is a 7/8 on that, but maybe different on the press you have. Push all the way down in it. There we go. You'll have to lift it off.
Yeah. sure you guys know he's the mechanic. I'm just the helper and the owner of the truck.
Well, I'm just a jack of all trades and master of none. Is it moving? Okay. Sometime. Go ahead. I don't know how much torque you're putting on it, but.
Given all she's got, Cotton.
All right. Okay. Hold it right there. Give it a little shock on the top of this and just see if we can get this to. Yeah, we might get that to move. Did it move? Yeah,
so.
It moved. So go ahead and continue pressing that out. She's moving.
Same on me.
Said I know a lot of people have never used a ball joint press, and there's a lot of parts that come with it so that you can use it for the specific ball joints that you're working on, and you got to make sure you use the right adapter. Sometimes you have to improvise. I've had to make my own adapters before, but luckily we got the one we need right here. And
I think the next video we'll make is me doing an overlay on his stairs.
hell yeah. Oh yeah, look at that. Like we knew what we were doing or something. We don't, but it's like we knew. Thank God we've got some beautiful October weather for doing this. There's the old one. We'll compare it with the new one, and these are actually good ball joints. That's a Moog ball joint, so
A what? A mood?
Moog,
Oh, Moog.
M-O-O-G, yeah, good brand, tough. We're putting kryptonites back in it. We've heard good things about them. We'll see. Where's that? Here's the new one.
Comes with some free stickers also, but
And that has got a nice, comes with a nice little protective cover over the boot and everything so that it doesn't get ruined in shipping. But we just want to compare that with the old one, make sure that we're putting the right thing back in. And it looks like the right one to me. Comes with a grease zerk. It's in my hand right here. No, somewhere. It's in the bag. Grease zerk, new grease zerk, and new cotter pin. So you're gonna want to put that grease zerk in a position where you'll be able to get a grease gun on it later. If you put it facing this way, you will not be able to grease that after you put it in. So you got to make sure you put that grease zerk facing in a direction where it's going to work for you. And let's see where this other one's pointed on this side. This one's pointed straight back towards the back, but so I think that'd work if we put it in pointing straight towards the back of the truck. Okay. And then we got on this one, you want to use a different adapter pressing it back in, because on the way out, you want that ball joint to go through that cup. This one, when you're pressing it back in, you actually want to be pushing on this flange, pushing it up into the A-arm. So we need this again. I'm going to set that right in there, Neil, like that. And we're going to, let's see, we need something on the top that we actually need.
Oh, for the...
Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, back that. Is that gonna work for us? Yeah, you're all the way out now. Let's make sure we got the greaser pointing the right way.
Point towards me.
Okay, all right, go ahead and put that in there. So on this one, you actually need a puck on the top, a puck on the bottom with your sleeve, and we're gonna start pressing this back in. We wanna watch it and make sure that it's going in straight. If it starts to go crooked, it's gonna bind up on you. You're gonna have problems. Other way. Hold on a second. Just make sure this bugger's going in nice and straight. All right, tighten it a little more. Piss you off. All right, hold on a minute. I think it's starting to go crooked on us, so go ahead and back that off. And we're gonna take that press off. I'm gonna see if I can straighten that out before we keep pressing it in.
All the way off?
Yeah, take it all the way off. All right, so I just got a brass punch here. I'm going to try to straighten this. It's still crooked as hell. These can be such a bitch. Straightening now. I think it's still crooked. It looks like this side's in farther than this side.
Mm-hmm.
we might just have to knock it out and start over. Put your hands under that. It's important to get it started straight, so because once it goes crooked, it doesn't want to go. All right, I'll hold on to that. Before we start pressing this time, we're going to make sure that we're lined up real good. Crooked already, so oops, sorry.
Needs a steel.
Give it a little tension. Let me look at it. Go ahead. Well, let me see. Tighten it. Come on, you moldy old bag, go straight. That still looks like it's going crooked to me. Give him another.
Oh, your coffee reel.
Oh, shit.
RT foul.
Let me see if I can get a good smack on this right here. There we go. Oh, yeah. All right, try to give it a little more.
Better?
Yeah, I think so. It's looking pretty good.
And I did get some quotes. They wanted $679. That was with me buying the parts already. That was just labor. $689.
So yeah, if you are mechanically inclined, it is a lot of, you can save a lot of money doing this yourself. But you want to make sure you do it right, because ball joints are nothing to mess with. You put them in wrong, you screw them up, and you could make a dangerous problem for yourself. It looks like it's going in good and straight, so.
And that was the cheapest quote I got. I asked them, I'm like, and that's with me buying the parts, and they're like, yeah, that's it. I'm like, holy.
It's just
I'll get
labor.
back with you. Like, Rio, I need you.
We're almost there, buddy.
Yeah, I can feel it's getting a little easier.
Hold on, let's see. Let me take a look at it real quick. We got about a 1/8 inch left to go. So, you know, by this point, it's going in. You know, you're straight. You're not going crooked. So, yep, just keep going. You want to get that all the way in to where that shoulder's seated up tight against that lower A-arm. Getting harder to pull.
A little bit.
What's it looking like down there now? Oh, we're almost there. It's right there, so.
Good tug. Try to get it.
Let's have a look. We don't want to keep going and break that press. I think it's looking pretty damn good. You see that right there is the flange and where it meets the arm right there. So I don't see any gappage. I do believe we're in. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead and back that clamp off, that press. All right. Give a view of that real quick. So there's the new ball joint in, and this is what I was talking about. This flange, you want to make sure this flange is all the way tied up against that A-arm, pressed in tight. And we'll go ahead and put the grease zerk in and get on with the removal of the top one. What do we need on that grease zerk? 5/16 wrench, 3/8,
little guy.
probably 3/8. Is that the right size? No?
It's just a, oh, there it goes. Okay.
Probably good.
Okay. On that. So.
Okay, so now we're gonna have to take that in on the bench and get worked on getting that other ball joint out. All right, so we've got the spindle on the workbench. We've got the 22 millimeter socket. We're gonna zip that nut off the bottom of that one. Nice. And then there's a spacer, and it probably comes with a new spacer on the new ball joint, but if it doesn't, make sure you don't lose that spacer. Now we've got to knock this ball joint out of the spindle.
Persuader?
Yeah, we might be able to use one of those forks. Hold on a second.
Oh, okay.
So we've got this set of ball joint separators. We'll see if we can make one of these work. Try that one.
It's going.
There it goes. That be that. We'll go ahead and clean that up a little bit.
Wow.
Ooh.
If I had the time, I would sand it all down and spray paint it with the rust protectant, like I've done with all the other stuff, undercarriage.
Yeah, it would be nice if you had the time to have it down for a couple days. You could clean it all up and repaint it, make it look nice, but we're in a hurry today, so. So this comes with new bolts. I am not seeing a new spacer, so it's a good thing we have the old one. So there's the new ball joint and the old one. Just want to, like I say, I always want to kind of check them out and just make sure that they look the same. They're not going to always be exactly the same, but they're going to be pretty similar. I mean, your boot's different, but the overall dimensions and everything is what you're worried about. So here's the new nut and the spacer. Slide that spacer on there, and then there's the nut. Start that. All right, go ahead and hit that with the impact. I had it in forward.
Keep going?
Yeah, hit it. You don't want to over torque it. I'm not sure what the torque spec is on this, and maybe we want to look it up and torque it to the right spec. So we probably over torqued this already, but we're gonna check it, and we might have to put it in the vise. Yeah, it's already. So I don't know if we want to back this off. I'd probably grab my breaker bar and back that.
You want me to?
Just zip it. Just zip it. On the next one, we'll torque it first. Can't believe it's only 37 foot-pounds on that. All right, I think I reversed that. Okay. I got that. There. What the hell's wrong with this? Broke my torque wrench. We had to go buy a new one real quick, and we already got that upper ball joint torqued down, so what is next? We checked out the wheel bearings while we had it apart. They feel pretty good. Wouldn't be a bad time to change them out if you were going to. This would be the best time to change them out, but they feel all right, and it's not in the budget right now, so we're gonna put it back together. All right, we missed it on video, but getting that cotter pin in that nut can be kind of a bitch, and you might want to pay attention to how you have that hole facing when you put that ball joint in. We actually had to push it back out to get that hole so that it was straight up and down. Then you still trying to get that cotter pin bent over is a pain in the butt. But we got it. So next thing we're gonna do is try to lift this back up on here. We got to get the axle through there as we're putting this on. It's kind of a pain in the butt. Where's those dikes at? They over there by you? Good, we're probably gonna want to cut this. Okay. You want me to get the floor jack put under that?
No.
Okay.
Let's get into position here.
Okay. You got that?
Yeah.
Gotta come up over. Okay, hang on. Hang tight. Let me grab the floor jack. The right angle, let me see. There we go. All right, now I got the jack in the way, so I can't get the nut on. So
I can get it right here.
yeah, but there's no room for it. You can see the jack's in the way. So we have to hold on to that again. All right, it'll hold itself now. Okay. Oh, by the way, the I don't know if we said it before, but the torque spec for that top one's 37 foot-pounds. The bottom was what, Neil?
79.
We'll have to pull it up real quick and tell you, but it's
on my phone. I saved
we'll put the jack under there and jack that up to get that top one.
Do we need to have this in there?
I think we'll be able to get that in after. I don't know, might want to have it ready to put in there just in case. Now we're off the jack stand, and we're still not all the way there. can get those bolts in though, right there. And those uppers come with new bolts. All right, boss. So to go up a little more. So that's how you bolt that upper on. And then I think if it were me, I'd try to tighten these two back ones first since they're hard to get the socket on. And let's see what the torque spec is on those.
Oh yeah. Where to put my phone?
Actually, go back to the back one here. Make sure I get on this one. This is the one that was the hardest. This down, we're gonna tighten that bottom nut. Oops. Forgot we were up off the jack stands. Make sure we're still good here. Yeah, we're still good there.
Okay, so tighten this cover up.
Yep.
Oh, we gotta put that.
What is that, a 22?
Does this have that? Cotter pin, does that need to go into? Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta torque it down first. What was the torque on this one? 70.
79. That's the lower, so 74.
74 pounds. Okay. Oh, this one's bigger. The new one's bigger than a 22. It's 24 millimeter on the new one. Looks like our holes lined up just right there.
So is that just to keep it in case that bolt comes loose or something?
Yep, that'll lock it in place so it can't come undone. All right, does it have the torque spec for the steering drag link?
46 pounds.
All right. Where is I don't know where the nut, you know what happened to the nut off that?
I put it up here out of the way. Separate.
Oh, was it 46?
Yes.
So steering tie rod's gonna be 46 pounds. $40. 46.
Sorry, Kaylee.
Well, that doesn't seem very tight. And I don't know why those don't have a.
Yeah, 46 pounds.
Okay. All right. And we gotta run this guy back down in there.
And I put that stuff.
Oh, there's a little. Don't lose that. There's a little brass shim in there to make sure it's got the right spacing. I think I probably took them in the garage. Oh no, they're right there. Where is it? Oh, there's the one you need right there. Okay, we got to get that little shim lined up. Hold on.
Quit playing with the reel, you'll go blind.
Too late.
I think the torque specs for this was make sure it don't fall out.
Yeah, that's right. Don't kill it, but.
Starting to bend the Allen wrench.
All right, and we're gonna want to put a zip tie on that ABS sensor right there, so that's not just flopping around and getting caught on shit. Okay, and we got to get the axle nut back on. You want to look up the torque spec for that axle nut, Neil?
All I'm seeing is there's the four-wheel drive. Is that?
Yeah, it's four-wheel drive.
Okay, so it's saying 177.
177 foot-pounds on this. I don't think this goes up that high. Goes up to 150. All right, we got to tighten the hell out of it then. That's what it is. That's the torque spec. Well, as high as this will go. We're gonna need a pry bar in there to hold that so that we can get that torque down. Try to go back here as far as you can. I just need this on that. See if you can get on that shoulder so we're not marring up the threads on those. That's probably good. Ready? Oh. Maybe let that turn and go against the ground. If it will. Will it go all the way to the ground? No, it won't.
Yeah, go right there.
Okay, ready? Okay. We can always get the tire on. Well, we put the brake caliper on, and we can probably use the brakes to hold it and give it just a little more.
Okay.
So we got to put this rotor back on. Okay, hold on, the brake shoes got to be. Let's put that apart like that. I know what some of you are gonna say. We should have just compressed the piston on the caliper. I know, but we didn't. So. I'm pretty sure these have a pretty high torque on them too. I didn't say anything about this before, but let me get in there for a second, Neil. Just gonna show you the bolts were taken out on the caliper. You've got your guide bolts for your caliper. That's this one and this one. You don't want to take those out. These are the two that hold your whole caliper assembly on, so those are the ones you got to take out. So the torque for the bolts that hold your brake caliper to the knuckle is supposed to be 221 foot-pounds, and I believe it because they were that tight when we pulled it apart. But my torque wrench doesn't go up that high, so we're just gonna torque the hell out of them. You want to make sure you give these ball joints a couple squirts of grease about every 3 months or so. As well as your steering tie rods and everything else. your back. Lower. There we go. A little more. You can do it! You can do it all night! Start the hell out of it! Alright.
Smokes. I'd say that's pretty torqued. I don't know if you want to put a little more.
I don't know, let's see if I got anything. I don't know if this old man got anything or not. Give it a shot.
Oh, hey.
Got a little. Yeah, we can call it before I blow my back out.
Yeah.
Okay, Neil, you want to just get in there and stand on the brakes for a minute, and I will try to tighten that axle nut one more time. Okay, stand on them. All right, we're good. All right, that's about it. We got there's a dust cover to protect that, help protect that axle nut from getting all rusted up where you can't get it off. So we'll go ahead and tap this dust cover back on. You don't want to tap it in the middle, you'll just dent the hell out of it. You want to use something to tap around this edge right here when you're tapping it in. All that's left, putting the wheel back on, and then same process on the other side. It's going to be the exact same thing. And anyways, hope this video was helpful. Thanks Neil, and bye.
I'm Neil.